here we are. Cut shot. You were living in the land of the draw before.
So cut is a fade.
Cut is the synonym of a fade.
Okay.
Usually a cut is to a high level player. It's just a little bit more precise of jargon.
Okay.
A fade is at least kind of felted, kind of a looser, kind of sloppier shot, I guess. If you get a little cut shot into a pin, that's going to be a more high level jargon than I hit a fade in there. It's just a little bit more specific, but more or less it's a shot for a right-handed player that starts left and curves back to the right. So what I've got set up here is a little station just to wrap our heads around the geometry involved for a cut shot and how you can change your setup to use your existing golf swing to produce a fade versus a draw. Because you are somewhat neutral in your swing, that's why I said you're in good shape. You're pretty neutral, you're hitting it great. You should be able to change your setup and influence a different shot shape. So that's good, that's the good news. You don't have to do a lot of work. You've already, PGA professional's already got you in some sort of realm of neutral. So that's great. Got rid of the slice, now you're hitting a little bit draw. So without changing the swing, let's just change our setup. So first thing is set up with your toes on this umbrella line and address an imaginary ball. I just want to put one on the ground where your setup would be. Do you have some tees?
I do. This right here, yeah.
So let's just kind of work out of a similar or consistent station here. So wherever you would comfortably attack your golf ball usually. Alright. So let's stand back here. Just kind of see what we got going on. So I want you to envision that orange tree so that's going to be our target line. That's where we want the ball to land. Alright, so there's a 2-to-1 ratio that you want to be aware of whenever you're trying to create a shot. So this umbrella, where your feet are, is parallel to this line. This outside line is like the path of the club, where the club is going to swing. If you imagine this thing in 3D space, it's like a hula hoop. My hula hoop can be kind of tilted like this directly at the target. It can be tilted like this, in to out, or it can be tilted like that, a little bit out to in. So if you're going to try to hit a fade, the first thing you want to do is set your feet, knees, hips, all neutral on this line, left of your target. This is an extreme example, but we're just trying to get the gist. So our feet are left, our club face, we want to aim left of our target line, but right of our path. So there's that 2-to-1 ratio. This is 4 degrees out to front field. Let's just say that's 4 degrees left of your target. You want your club face at impact to be 2 degrees left of target, halfway between your path and the target. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just sort of the geometry that you start to think about. So as you're swinging here, just get your feet, knees, hips, everything to this umbrella line. Get comfortable, and then just swing normally and see what happens. There we go. We have a little baby fade, and then we can start to diagnose it. Okay, so we started left, started about you hit it basically exactly on your starting line, and it curves roughly halfway back to the tree. So let's try to hit one where you feel like you curve it a little bit more, and you don't do anything differently with the swing. Just feel at impact that your club face is just a little bit closer to the target line than your path line. Does that make sense?
Opening, yeah. So you're like
Just just feel it. Okay. Don't change anything. Just intuitively, as a good athlete, figure out how you get your club face halfway between your path and your target. Just horse around with it. You're just kind of experimenting. It's a feel deal. I don't want you to swing any different. Okay. You've already got some momentum going with your swing. You're shooting some consistently new fit scores. Just learning a new bit of geometry. There you go. Perfect. So that one, the face was too open relative to your target. Your face was probably right here at impact, right of your target line slightly. So let's try to dial it in. Get your face at impact right there, halfway between this feeling that we're swinging along our feet left of the target, say 8 degrees. You want to have your face 4 degrees left of your target. If you do that and hit the center of the club face, it's just going to be a perfect fade that falls right onto the target. The desired shot shape, that's going to end up right at the flag. You didn't hit it great, but you produced the right shape. And so the opposite is true if you want to be, if you're standing behind a tree and you want to hit a big hook. So if you want to hit a big hook, you set your body right, you swing to the right, and your face is left of your path, but still inside the target. When you get to that side of the target line, then you're going to hit a hook instead of a draw. A hook is kind of like it gets left of your intended target because your face was not in between your path and the target line. Always remember that 2-to-1 ratio. Let's just hit some more fades and see if that's comfortable. Ooh, crispy. Nice. And it becomes fun because it's more process oriented when you're out on the golf course. You got something, an obstacle in your way, you're like, okay, this calls for a fade. All I'm going to do is set up my body differently, swing along my body lines, let the club face bend the ball where I want it to go. They're saying that the path is initially and then the face bends it. That's more like a block. Whenever you're blocking something, that means that your face is living right of your target. And it's gonna be, your ball's gonna trend towards wherever your face is looking at impact. That has like 80% of impact on the initial starting direction of the ball plus the curvature from there. So if you're ever...
You said face does? Or
the face angle is way more important than the path.
I got you, okay, yeah.
The face is like way more important than the path.
And I've heard that for 85%.
Something like that. It depends on the club, I think.
Okay.
But the important thing to know is that if you're blocking it, that just means that your face at impact is right of your intended target. So just go back to your geometry, feel that face looking right here at impact. And that should put you, assuming your body's set up correctly, that should hit a little fade back towards your target. Thin, but the proper curvature, and this is a very extreme setup too, so you probably would not be aiming. This is like Bubba Watson, body angles here.
Okay.
So if you're hitting them a little thin, it's most likely because I've got you in this station, which is intended to make you curve it. We can bring in the tolerances a little bit if you want to start flushing it, but right now we're just kind of feeling it. Okay, and then you can kind of self-diagnose that one. Your path is probably running on this vector here. Your face is probably here. wheels off. Cool. That's right at your target. Nice. That was crispy. And right at your target. What shot shape are you starting to see in your mind's eye out on the golf course? Do you trend towards a draw, or is it too soon to tell?
No, a draw.
Draw.
Yeah, I do hit
You're
it.
licking your chops when you see a left pin. You're like, I can draw one.
Definitely, yeah.
See, I'm the complete opposite. Every shot, I want to force it into being a left or right shot, even against my better judgment, basically. And so you got to have the ability to hit both. That's why this is important. But always trend towards your comfortable, stock, standard swing path, which from watching you, those first few shots, if you're aiming at this tree, your path naturally is somewhere like here. Your club face is like here. You're getting a tight little aiming pretty neutral. You're swinging a little out to the right, and then your club face is just slightly left of the path, but inside your target line, so you're hitting that tight little joint. So this is probably your stock geometry here. Step in here. Try to hit a few stock ones and then hit some cuts. Just alternate between stock, cut, stock, cut. All right, so now you have the ability to self-diagnose. What happened? The face was right of my target line at impact. This is sort of the highest and best use of practice swings too. So if I'm really trying to hit a cut, and all day I've been hitting the draw, I'm gonna have to step in here and really get my body set left, swing really, feel like I'm just chopping wood, coming over the top that way. And you're just gonna have to kind of give your body a little, prime it up to be able to hit the shot that you want to hit. And that's sort of the highest and best use of waggles and practice swings, is to encourage something. You get into trouble whenever your practice swing is trying to avoid something.
Okay.
Always stay positive with it. I'm trying to promote a certain swing. I'm not trying to avoid something.
Okay.
Even if you're got a pond left of the green and you want, this is your anti-left swing, you're not thinking don't hit it in the pond. You're thinking, here's my cut shot. I got to hit a cut.
So let's try and hit a draw again.
Yeah, it's fun to start calling your shots. Shank.
Not it.
Nice. Even that's like now trending towards like a 1 yard fade.
Yeah.
Which is not the end of the world. Most PGA Tour guys are hitting a 1 yard fade with their driver and then like a 1 yard draw with their iron. Because of the geometry with a driver, since you're hitting up on the ball ideally slightly, that promotes a bit more of a cut mentality, and we're hitting down on an iron, so that's kind of too much information. But that's sort of the reason why that most of them draw their iron slightly. Just a little bit better. What do you want to hit this time? Draw? Why do you want to hit a draw?
Because I haven't hit one in a little while.
All right. You want to make sure it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. Don't worry. Okay. Trust it. Just swing. You don't have to swing any different. You might have to adjust your body lines to the right of your target a little bit because you've been hitting cuts. So that's kind of your new home right now. Hit a hook. Club face is too far to the right. You're going to want to, let's hit some clubs. We're going to set our feet here. So go onto the same tree. Path is going to be out here. Parallel. This is super extreme, but we're going to try to get a snap. Imagine the club swinging out to right field along this line. Impact, club face is looking right there. And for whatever reason, hitting a cut, it feels like the handle beats the club head to the ball. And for hitting a draw, big hook, it feels like the club head slightly beats the handle of the ball. You don't have to change the swing, but just rehearse that feeling. If you're trying to hit a big old hook, you're going to want that club head to beat your hands to the ball. There you go. Keep working that. That's starting to curve. Show me a gnarly snap hook. Start to see the cosmic idea. That's the main thing. It's hard to, you gotta be talented to be able to hit big snap hook in one session. So especially as a semi-beginner golfer, give yourself some slack if you're not bending it like exactly how you want. But if you can produce some sort of version of the curvature you want, then you're at least barking up the right tree. Prioritize curvature over power right now.
Okay.
So try to just figure out a way to hit a hook. Or actually get back to the station. Swing on your body line, face is left of your body, swing. You can see it feels like your face is probably over here, but you can go way more if you really want to start snapping. Try to hit
Let's
one.
try that, yeah.
Yeah, try to just try to get one left of your tree up. In order to achieve that, our body is swinging along this line. Club face is looking there, halfway through the path. club head slightly passes the hands, aka that club is going to get toe up over there just the same way as me. So that's set up. Go ahead and make sure your hands are looking right down this line. The grooves on the club face are set where you want them at impact. Your body is set here. And then just swing along your body line. Yeah, you'll have to get set the face where you want it to be at impact, which is right here. Feet here, swing along your feet. Nice. There we go. We got a tumbler. Back to the left. Alright, now can you hit a fade? No dimes. Fade that starts at that flag, ends up at our orange. First flag left of the orange tree, fading back towards the orange tree. Set your body where you want the ball to start, the club face halfway between there and the target. Nice.